Well, today I'm out in the desert doing a little hike, and I'm out in a superstition area, and right below me is this incredible little creek. I don't know if you can see it down there or not. A lot of amazing cactus, and I'm a cactus fan. Here, let me just see if I can't show you some of these cactus. There's one right by me, and it goes up a little high. But let's see if we can look around behind me in different ways. And oh yes, you can see the cactus. You know, something amazing about cactus is they only grow about an inch a year. And we had a bad drought last year. And what was amazing to me was how the cactus could just do so incredibly well. They started shrinking. And they got almost pencil thin, it seemed to me. And you can see that these cactus, if you get up close to them, they are huge and they're very thick. But during the really dry months, they start getting thinner and thinner and thinner until they're kind of like telephone poles or and there you have it. This thing is huge. I couldn't wrap my arms around it, and I think if I did, I'd be in serious trouble. But it does remind me of Matthew, the 7th chapter. Jesus talks about building a house on the sand and on the rock. And he talks about, in I think the 24th verse starting, that there was a foolish man that built his house on the sand. And when the rains and the fierce weather came, it fell down because it was built on the sand. And then he talked about a house that was built on the rock. And the amazing thing was, it still got beat on by the rain and the waves and the wind and the storms. It wasn't exempt from that. But because it had a firm foundation, it was able to stand. Now, a cactus may not look it, but it has an amazing foundation. It balances itself perfectly, and it's able to retain water. And during the wet years, it fills up and swells up. And then when the rains start coming, or stop coming, and it starts to dry up, guess what? They're like a sponge. They've got all these water supplies, like a well on the inside, and it keeps them refreshed and alive even in the worst times. And Jesus says that whoever believes on him will have springs of living water erupting inside of him, inside of us. And so even in a dry time, when we take the word of God, when we take the living water, when we allow Christ to have first place in our life, those storms and those trials are going to come. But like this cactus, even though we may look lean, even though the times might be a little bit difficult for us, or maybe really difficult, we're based on the rock, and we're refreshed even in times when everybody else is without the water. You know, the Bible talks about streams in the desert, and I believe Christians, we should be streams in the desert to a thirsty world around us and remain like this cactus. Now, you can see I'm in a beautiful area, and if you know the area, you know that there's a lot of interesting things to see in Arizona, and so I'm giving you a little view of some of the amazing plants and some of the more prickly ones. And but again, thank you for joining me again. Read Matthew, the 7th chapter, and take the time to do a little meditation. I tell you, Matthew 6 and Matthew 7 really talk about getting our priorities straight. And a little hi from Arizona. I'll be posting different things from Arizona from time to time so you get a chance to see our beautiful state and enjoy some of its beauty. God bless you. Catch you later.